What's up guys, Matt here coming at you with another quick video. You can see the back of the truck here, complete wreck, as we made our way to Rocktober in Mayesville, Kentucky. This is, they call it Beat the Creek in the spring, Rocktober in the fall. Super cool event. Just kind of a fun run type deal. And you can see here, it's definitely out in the middle of nowhere. But we started off, we hit course 1 and did a little running on it. A lot of trailing right off of the bat. I kind of wish there had been a little more throughout the woods. We were just kind of running on a little dirt path. Not really very many obstacles. There's a couple little logs you just, had to crawl over. But not a lot going on to start the trail. And then you get down next to the creek area, and there was a couple pretty cool hill climbs. I would have loved to see more of these hill climbs and stuff. We had a lot of fun on these, and they were fairly simple, honestly, but it made for fun. Liam enjoyed taking the marksman up them, and just had a good time with it. Got to say, the marksman performed really well again, and we're just loving that thing, honestly. I think it's a pretty cool little hill climb rig too. I mean, it did pretty good for its size and everything. So it was definitely interesting to get it out into the creek area and, trailing along and just kind of see what it could do. You can see there Liam got a little trigger happy, didn't steer left, but come back and redeemed himself here. So overall, we had a lot of fun on this little trail. It really wore Liam out pretty quick. Once we got to the creek area, he sometimes has a little bit of mobility issues, and so fighting mossy creek rock and stuff, he's just not real big on. So he enjoyed this trailing part more than the creek, honestly, and I myself prefer the creek. Good job. So this is a cool little area here that was right before you went down into the creek that you could drive up here and then pose for a quick picture, of course.
What happened to my sound?
Turned it down when we were over there. I can turn it back up. That's cool, huh? So this is a fun little slide, bringing you down, kind of entering the creek and starting the creek run. So the creek had a lot to offer. You'll see this is really the type of crawling I started out doing. The first crawler I ever got, just took it to the creek and went crazy with it. And so I've always enjoyed hitting up the creeks, and so this one was a blast as well. It's a good long run that you could run, and lots of tough spots, and a few spots off to the side where you could do a little hill climb. Unfortunately, it was pretty muddy down around there, so we didn't do a whole lot of them, but you can see here lots of tough spots where you could really struggle for a minute. And running these 1.9s, I was dragging a little bit, but this truck's very capable, so able to get over it eventually, at least. So with the size of this red cat, it does really good in the creek. You can see here, you know, it does pretty well. And I've always normally run 2.2s when I'm running this type of crawling, you know, just slick, big rock creek. I'm running 1.9s on my truck here, so, you know, I was dragging quite a bit, but didn't want to have to switch out the tires from the creek to, you know, the obstacles and courses and stuff, so I just stuck with the 1.9s. But the red cat with its size, it did really well in the creek, and you know, I think Liam really enjoyed driving it, and it did good. Didn't break anything, no issues with that thing at all yet, other than, you know, if you've seen my last video on it, the rear hex were starting to slip a little bit inside the wheel, so, you know, we swapped out the wheels, and that took care of that. You can easily switch the hex out as well on the stock wheels. So it's not really a big issue, you know. Maybe $15 you could get some aluminum hex for the stock wheels and you'd be set. So so far, really good with the red cat, having a blast with it, and you know, Liam's loving it. We put the S1 sound system on it. He wired in his lights here. You can see him on the switch. He hit them, and so overall, he's loving the trail rig, and just having a lot of fun with it. Here's a look at our latest new rig, new to us. We seen a guy had this sitting on a table. I thought it was for sale. He actually wasn't really looking to sell it, but after talking to him for a little bit, he had a buddy that was a dealer, and he actually hooked us up with it, was willing to sell it for $460. So, you know, these trucks are $650 plus tax. Brand new, and he had actually just bought it like the weekend before. You could tell it was brand new, barely been ran. So a lot to come with the low C LMTs. Absolutely loving that thing, and probably picking up another one, so stay tuned for that. So this trailer setup, we had a blast on this thing. We didn't make it over to the barn. You know, one of the big things with this place is they have a big barn that's kind of decked out like this right here. But we got kind of sidetracked talking to people, and then we found this trailer, and we really enjoyed this. And this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, for maybe the 24 scales. So it's really kind of pushed me to want to do that more. So I may be eliminating my current course and building a trailer setup, something sort of like this, but you know, a little more based for the 24 scales. And you can see there, that truck is just insane. That build goes basically anywhere. You know, very few people were making it up that, and most were struggling quite a bit to do it. And this thing, I went up it over and over, really didn't have much trouble with it. So the red cat, it couldn't quite make that one, but it did make it down it. So Liam had a blast with this little trailer setup, and just really cool fun right there. You didn't have to, you know, be walking a big long trail or anything. Just a lot of fun. So I'm kind of wanting to build one of these now. Okay.
Or slide down. Look down there. Oh wow. Let's see my articulation on this one now.
Yeah, let's go get him. Let's see if we can fix him.
Yeah, might do that.
Whoa. That's awesome. Oh, you got dig mode, don't you?
Yeah. Helps in spots like that. Dragging the rocks off the top.
I'm gonna try that again.
Yeah, if you punch it at the beginning, once it catches traction, it'll. You look like you're set up pretty good. I don't have to say you can do it.
If I got the driver mod on. This is that's actually a Gen 7 I got right here.
Is it? Okay. I had a Gen 8 and I was good. Yeah, I put it in everything. I've got a capper I got it in.
So it fits in the capper pretty good if you get the 540?
If you get the Vader skid.
Vader?
Yep.
Because I've been looking at getting builder's kit and building a capper.
That's this is capper axles.
Getting this thing set up the way I got it now.
Yeah, I had my Gen 8 set pretty good, and then I just got to where I wasn't driving it, so I'm just letting it go.
This one I haven't driven in a while because I just get a new servo, which I found one here for like 35 bucks. So.
Let's say those 35 kg servos off Amazon, they're pretty good. They're like $35.
Yeah, well, this one's 46.
Oh, you just make it under that hole, don't you? So by this time, we were pretty much running out of time. It was going to be getting dark, you know, within probably an hour. That's one of the issues with these things being so far away, you know, 3.5 hours. The gates didn't open until noon, so by the time we got there, we got some running going. You know, it seemed like it was no time. It was going to be getting dark, and it had to turn around and drive that back. So maybe next year I could try to find somewhere, you know, to stay the night, or we could do some old school camping out there or something and stay for a second day, because really you need more time. There's so much that we didn't see. You get out there, there's so much to do, you just forget, and you get to talking to people, and just time flies. So definitely would have liked to have more time more time out there. Overall, had a really good time. I wish there had been more vendors. You know, we went to Axial Fest, and it was just like people everywhere. Reefs, Horizon, everybody like that was out there. But this is a more laid back setup. So, you know, it's a great atmosphere. I will say that. And it's an awesome, super kid-friendly place. I like that you can just bring whatever you want and run it. You know, people were running X-Maxes out in the grass. You know, the low C LMT. There was everything. And, you know, no restrictions as far as that went. Plenty to do. Jumps out there. They were dragging, doing pulling sleds and all kinds of stuff, you know, whereas like Axial Fest, our main problem with that is you had to be running an axial vehicle. And that's not real kid friendly to me, in my opinion, but it's their setup, so they can do what they want, I guess. But anyways, we had a blast here. Can't wait to maybe make it back in the spring. If anybody's in the area or plans on making the trip, definitely holler at me, and hopefully we can meet up. I appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.